the COVID-19 crisis would be seen as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber pandemic.
666.
The New Jersey cyber alerts. I don't know. Cyber.nj.gov.
New Jersey cyber alerts?
Yeah, I'll get the full name here. It's New Jersey Cybersecurity and Communications Investigation Cell, NJCCIC. Published this on the 3rd of November, and it's titled New Azov Ransomware Data Wiper. And it's on the radar of the government cybersecurity team.
Azov, like the Azov battalion, like the Ukrainian guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it just tells, just look out for it. It's, you can get your computer infected with it. The NJCCIC recommends all users to educate themselves. That's what it says in the document here. And others.
Educate yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Educate yourself. It's not my responsibility.
That's what I was thinking too. They're not taking responsibility for or, against any of it. And others on these continuing threats and tactics to reduce victimization. Users are encouraged to enable any form of MFA, this multi-facet authentication or something, while offered while choosing a more secure method, authentication app, biometric, or hardware token where available. And it's it's a serious thing. So, I wanted to start off with actually bringing you the report from the official site of the state of New Jersey. So it's not just some random blog talking about it. But, this is the government website shedding light on it, and it encourages us to educate ourselves. So we'll do that. We're going to do that. We're going to go to this outlet called HeimdallSecurity.com. And the headline here is new malware called Azov ransomware is a wiper in disguise. And I'll read a little bit here. Researchers established that Azov ransomware, although pretends to encrypt data, is a data wiper that destroys all the data from the infected device and corrupts other programs. The malware is distributed through the smoke loader botnet found in cracks and pirated software. So if you're trying to get around the system, you can get infected with the Azov ransomware.
Small price to pay for a free version of Adobe Photoshop.
Right.
It will just cost you everything.
Yeah. So it gets into some code stuff where it's a little bit more heady. But Bleeping Computer, official Twitter account, tweeted this out. Azov ransomware is a wiper destroying data 666 bytes at a time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ominous.
So data will be destroyed in alternative cycles of 666 bytes, a number biblically associated with the devil. And I think it's always funny how it's a little bit more specific in the false prophet issuing the mark of the beast in the and which I guess you can call it the devil, but it's just fun when a lot of secular, or I've noticed a lot of computer programming and the dev world, when they report stuff in news articles kind of tailored to them, any references outside of that to anything biblical or even religious, it's very generalized, because it's the devil.
Because they learned about 666 from Metallica.
Right.
They didn't learn it
Iron
from
Maiden,
the Bible
Number
or
of
anything.
the Beast song,
right. It's Iron Maiden is where they get that context.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Quote, this works in a loop. Talked about loops before, the endless Ouroboros, possibly the trap of this, the fall. So wiped file structure would look like this: 666 bytes of garbage, 666 bytes original, 666 bytes of garbage, 666 bytes original. I drive you insane. But
I don't know what any of that
I don't know either. All I know is these guys are looking at it and they're seeing 666 repeat encode and delete their data.
So this is ransomware. For anybody who needs like a little bit of background, this is a virus, computer virus that you can get in all sorts of ways. But once it makes it onto your computer, it basically holds you for ransom. And if you don't pay the ransom, it they can usually do a lot of different things. Maybe they leak the information. Maybe they just erase it. Maybe they keep it hostage until you pay the ransom. But in this case, what it does is slowly erase all your data, 666 bytes at a time. Is it bytes or kilobytes or megabytes?
It's bytes. So it's a small amount, but
that is an incredibly small,
very specific amount too.
Yeah. Yeah, but
nibbling away. Okay. He's playing the long game, All
right. So that's what's going on, if anybody's wondering.
Yeah. ExtremeTech.com has sort of the additional details, I suppose, from looking into it. Do you want to take a crack at it?
I don't have it right in front of me.
Well, I'll do it then.
Doing some back end stuff.
Sure. Okay, so the headline here is new ransomware attack tries to frame security researchers. Most ransomware frame, yes.
So this ransomware, okay, so they're trying to blame it on a known research group or something.
Yes. So most ransomware tries to extract a ransom for the restoration of files, hence the name. Whether or not the nefarious individuals behind the attack hold up their side varies, but a new version of the Azov ransomware doesn't bother. Instead of demanding Bitcoin, it tells infected individuals to contact security researchers in cybersecurity publication Bleeping Computer, who tweeted out that detail about the 666, as if they are the authors of the malware. However, this is just an attempt to frame the good guys.
Is it?
Is it? Yeah, according to Extreme Tech.
Sure.
Well, Azov has some features of ransomware, and it presents itself as such. It's more accurate to call it a data wiper. Okay, we already know about that. It goes through the little details there. When introduced on a system, the malware launches itself from a temporary directory, usually with the addition of a Windows registry key. The executable scans all drives on the computer to find files that don't have NIA, exe, some extensions, some little details. In each folder containing encrypted files, Azov creates a text document called restore_files.txt, which you can see the screenshot of it above. Usually, this is where your average ransomware would ask for money to decrypt the files. As Bleeping Computer reports, the text document claims to be written by Polish security researcher and malware analyst Hasherizade. The document tells users to reach out to Hasherizade, Bleeping Computer, and owner Lawrence Abrams, Vitaly Kremez, and other cybersecurity pros on Twitter. And Twitter is the new sort of cyber war ground,
Yeah, like how most criminals hold people for ransom.
Just do
somebody
it
gets
publicly,
kidnapped or they steal your prized jewel from your safe. They always give their Twitter handle so you know who to send the Bitcoin to.
Right. So, yes. So it says here, naturally, none of those people will be able to do anything about the encrypted files, but that's not the intent. The attackers seem to want to implicate these individuals while also sowing chaos online. The document also makes some pro-Russian statements about the war in Ukraine. Okay, so this is saying that there's pro-Russia statements about Ukraine transparently dressed up as support for ending the war. Oh, okay. It's
pro-Russia because they want to end the war. Yeah, of course. We've seen this. If you don't want nuclear war, you're pro-Russia.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, sort of the assumption would be that they're trying to make these cyber researchers look as if they are pro-Russian.
Right.
And these cyber researchers, they're what? They're from Poland? Is that what I heard?
So Extreme Tech is reporting on the little text document. And they claim, I can read a little bit of it. It's pretty short. It says here, so yes, this is a note in the file that is created once you're infected. I had to do this to bring your attention to the problem. Do not be so ignorant, as we are ignoring Crimea's seizure for years. The reason the West doesn't help enough Ukraine, their only help is weapons, but no movements towards the peace. Stop the war, go to the streets. Since when that Z army will be near to my Polska country? That's where the Polish thing comes from.
Yeah, and Z army, that's a reference to the Russian army. Is that correct?
So.
I remember the whole Z thing. Yeah. I think it's sort of a nickname for the Russian army or whatever.
The only outcome is nuclear war. Change the future now. Help Ukraine. Come to the streets. We want our children to live in the peaceful world.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go.
Sure.
To the Americans, Biden doesn't want help Ukraine. You people of United States, come to the streets, make revolution, keep America great. And by the way, that line, Biden doesn't want help Ukraine, starts on, because code, everything is line by line. It's line 33 where it starts right there. So there you go.
Okay. Line 33. Yeah. All right. So the messaging is clear. It either, it's really a confusing psyop because of course it could be, I guess what they're saying is it looks so obvious. It's so sloppily done that, it's probably somebody trying to frame this Polish group. But who knows? Maybe the Polish group is just trying to be, it's got sort of a hacktivist feel, It's not just crime for crime's sake or for monetary gain. It's kind of got that hacktivist feel. In terms of cybersecurity or cyber pandemic, it's very interesting that there's we don't know who the true actors are. Like the level of trust or no trust in these sorts of situations, it's bringing to light a whole different kind of. It's forcing the world to go into a world, forcing everybody to go into a world that has to authenticate their identity to do anything online and have credibility, which we've known about. But this is just one of those occasions where it just. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, which is what we suspect Elon's entire plan.
His entire plan, the X thing. Yeah, he's just a creepy dude in a devil suit that's trying to create a payment system where it's its own ecosystem with the letter X. And there's a few other things, But anyway, there you go. That's our hook. Talking about the cyber pandemic.
Love it. Yeah, that's interesting. Is the mainstream talking about this in any sort of important way, or is it
not yet?
Just kind of
not yet.
No, not
they got
really.
They got to take down something big to, probably make that kind of impact.
Right.
Or they're not. It's one of those wild cards where when they need to shut down a factory or something. They can bust out somebody got infected. They were trying to.
I think what's really would be holding back the mainstream from talking about this is the fact that it's called Azov, because they do not want to talk or bring attention to the Azov battalion.
Yes,
it is the elephant in the room, the inconvenient truth about the Ukraine war, and ever since like the first week that they talked about it, they haven't touched it for, going on 8 months now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds good. We'll keep an eye on that. And, make sure your security software is up to date, everybody, or else you'll be losing your data 666 bytes at a time.